has pushed some of the farmers to go out of production.
Unlike faring in the products from other regions, the chicks have been hatched on the spot in Bamenda.
The farmer will just collect from here and put in their farms. That's why the performance is so high, accompanied by high-quality feed produced by Sirino.
Farmers have been advised to always, as this is a government subsidy. It takes these housewives all day at the Garua main market to bargain and buy at affordable prices. Some of them told the Canal team they want to give their families a balanced diet. 3 weeks ago, granite was sold at 800 francs CFA. Today, it is between 1,000 and 1,200 francs CFA. So shocking. At the moment, harvesting is still going on in the farm. We are still in the month of November. By the time we reach January, the situation will be worse. From vegetable oil, tubers, dairy products, the prices are cutthroat, raising fears of an artificial scarcity. Even tomatoes is expensive. In December, we usually buy between 5,000 and 6,000 francs, but now it's expensive. Even green spices, we can't have them. We blame all this on increase in prices of fertilizers. Hikes. We don't understand anymore. Some cereals and granules are already scarce. Sometimes we blame this on climate change. Traders have varied reasons. The increase on some products contravene homologated rates. The drastic increase in prices of products has imposed an untold burden on average households who now go to bed uncertain of tomorrow. The arrest of these suspects comes after several complaints from the population what they are described as continuous terror from armed criminals. In Marwa, far north region of Cameroon, motorbike theft is growing by the day. Most often, bike riders are the targets. They are killed and their motorbikes taken away. A disturbing problem that has provoked security officers to open investigations.
L'agression courant juillet d'un certain Mohamed Abdoulaye au niveau du quartier Lugol.
The investigations carried out led to the arrest of a certain Ibrahim Rabi, who happens to be the brain behind the operations of a well-established network. A search was conducted at all his hideouts and stolen items were uncovered. This includes vehicle spare parts and a military uniform. After thorough questioning, Ibrahim revealed his accomplices, a certain Godolo. He was tracked down some few kilometers from Marwa. Meantime, victims have been recounting terrifying tales of how they used guns to rob them of their life fortunes. Claims he pleaded guilty but could not tell where he hid the gun. Security officers have carried out raids in neighborhoods like Hardy just to fish out more criminals. This bike rider, Usman, tells the police how he fought at his risk but ended up saving his bike from the criminals. Some of the suspects have been fugitives. They have been placed in custody for onward questioning and, consequently, trial.
It was a Black Tuesday here at the road junction of the Government Bilingual High School Yaoundé, a source neighborhood. A ghastly road accident claiming the lives of 2 persons at about 6 a.m. This young man, full of tears, cannot bear the cruel death of the sister. The head-to-head collision between a heavy-duty truck and this vehicle also rendered a number of victims seriously wounded and were immediately rushed to the hospital by police elements. Eyewitnesses have blamed the unfortunate incident on the tired nature of the truck driver.
Le chauffeur du camion était tellement fatigué, il n'a pas pu esquiver la petite voiture. C'est ça qui a fait subitement, comme vous voyez, ça fait tamponnement. Et vous voyez constamment maintenant, on a les morts.
And it should be recalled that at the eve of this 29 November, another deadly accident occurred barely a few meters from these spots, squeezing life out of individuals, and the cars shattered to pieces. With possible convening of the senatorial elections in Cameroon in 2023, as stipulated by the electoral laws, Elekam Center is stepping up preparations to tackle the exercise.
We are preparing the senatorial elections, and we had to know if the organization is ready, the actors known, and the electoral list of these senatorial elections ready. They are doing their job on the field, and we think that working together with the population, advising the population, communicating and educating the population, we will do it.
Meeting at the Yaoundé 4 Elections Cameroon headquarters this Tuesday, November 29, the different stakeholders made up of Elekam officials and representatives of different political parties had as objective to review the voters' registration process and seek solutions to curb the hitches.
By the electors, what are their concerns, their difficulties?
And for the year 2022, the Central Region has registered a total of 1,223,000 potential voters, and the Electoral College for the senatorial elections for the Central Region is made up of 90 regional councillors, 1,946 municipal councillors, but 38 of them have quit the scene. They gathered in their numbers at the Maghribi ICO Cameroon Eye Institute, Obak, Central Region, to listen to the message as Cameroon officially launched activities in prelude of the International Day for Persons with Disabilities, built for December 3rd, an opportunity to amplify sensitization on the rights of disabled persons.
Disabled persons, they have the right to education. Disabled persons have the right to technology and information. The disabled persons have the right to good health facility. Placed
under the theme, Transformative Solutions for Inclusive Development, the role of innovation in fueling an accessible and equitable world, the Secretary General, the Ministry of Social Affairs, sends a clarion call to all stakeholders to integrate the disabled in the processes of nation building.
We want to see how we can sensitize the population, how we can mobilize people in the society not to discriminate upon persons with disability, not to marginalize their right, for them to also feel and know that disability is not inability, because these people can also contribute their own quotas in the development of the nation.
The visit was also an occasion to evaluate the functioning of the specialized health facility.
67-year-old Ugandan-born Musa Hassaji is the father of many children at the Butaleja district of Uganda. At a time when the world is facing crises like hiking the cost of living, Musa's family is arguably the largest in his homeland, Uganda. Musa has 10 wives and is a father of 98 children and has 568 grandchildren. All of these people you see here are my family. I have fathered 98 children with 10 women, and we all live together. I can only manage to differentiate my children facially, but can't retain their names. Musa says he had his first child at 17 when he dropped out of school. The polygamy shares one house with all his wives, but has constructed other houses for his children around the vast compound he owns. Many of his children are married, while others are still in school. Musa recounts being born into a family of only 2 children and brought up in abject poverty. He dropped out of school in Standard 6, managed to get into business, which is now flourishing. According to Musa Hassaji, he became so wealthy that every family whose door he knocked and asked for a bride immediately gave him. Even at that, his wives are happy and say they have no problem if their husband decides to marry more women.
Gas scarcity has pushed many Cameroonians to seek alternatives by acquiring a second or third bottle. With end-of-year festivities around the corner, many are those who fear artificial scarcity, pushing them to go for a second bottle. I have 2 gas bottles. This is to ease my job as a cook. When the first is finished, I quickly switch to the second one without any stress. But I make sure I preserve it well. I keep it away, far away from the first. The 2 or more gas bottles are stored in homes with owners unaware of dangers and risk involved. I have 2 gas bottles. Security measures are limited and the risk of a fire outbreak is high. There are possibilities of kids going closer, not leaving out the excess heat in the tight area. Experts say improper storage of gas cylinders can be very hazardous because the compressed gas is under high pressure. There is urgent need for all to take precautions. It's not advisable to keep 2 or more gas bottles at home, except you don't have an airtight home. But if that is the case, it's very dangerous. Experts say storing gas bottles at home poses a wide range of risk, but they advise gas cylinders should be kept at safer corners of the house. With a vision geared towards meeting present and future development challenges through efficient teaching, research and scaling innovation, the rector of the University of Douala is bent on giving a new phase to the Advanced School of Economics Management and Applied Sciences. During a board meeting November 29, the rector, Magloire Ondwa, said it was imperative to apply innovative strategies based on restructuring and respects of teaching programs and techniques that is directly connected to exigencies for an emerging economy.
Nous sommes donc là pour éventuellement apporter des correctifs à ce qui est fait.
Described as a pillar that stands tall at the University of Douala, the Advanced School of Economics Management and Applied Sciences plays a vital role in shaping students' destiny. The director admits ameliorations are needed to effect growth.
Nous, modestes serviteurs en service à l'ESSEC, sommes là pour implémenter la politique générale à laquelle contribuent les travaux de ce conseil de direction.
Deliberations are opened with different professors, directors of faculties, heads of departments, and others are making their voices heard in terms of rapid professionalization of courses and growth. However, for years now, Cameroon's higher education continue to face unprecedented challenges, with major ones being the exponential growth of students' enrollments. An almost empty bar on a day Cameroon plays its second match of the World Cup competition in Qatar. It is the same scenario in several drinking spots in Douala, Cameroon, November 28, 2022. A disappointment for many bar owners and managers who had invested during this period, hoping to have a boost in their revenue.
As compared to the African Cup of Nations, we are noticing low sales. Our revenue is stagnated. We do not have clients during the day when matches are played, and we receive very few in the evenings.
According to bar owners, the performance of the Indomitable Lions and time variation remain hindrances to the affluence usually felt in these business sports during such competitions.
Most matches are played during the day when workers are busy, and this affects our revenue. What's still, the first defeat of the Lions discouraged some of our customers, many of whom did not bother to watch the second game. Time variation is a real problem. Only a few customers come here to watch matches since they are scheduled in the afternoon when everyone is busy. To be honest, the competition in Qatar has no positive impact on my business.
The bar owners and managers have, however, expressed optimism in the days ahead if the Indomitable Lions perform better in their next encounter.